Well, hello there. Welcome to day 7 of our Get Up and Go challenge, our 30-day free Get Up and Go challenge to make sure that we are better off after any change or challenge that we experience than before we experienced it. We're doing this 30-day free Get Up and Go challenge. So we always know what to do. So we can get up and go no matter what happens, no matter what comes our way. We'll actually be installing, and we haven't gotten to it yet, a process, a fundamental framework that we can use that will automatically fire because we're going to install it in our subconscious so that it becomes a part of us. Just like any other triggers and habits, we want to make sure that it's automatic. We don't want to have to think about it every time a change or a challenge or a decision has to be made in our life. So what are we going to talk about today? We've talked about several things. Why this challenge? What's in it for you? What are some of the most important things to you? What do you want? Why do you want it? We talked about yesterday, and I'm curious how that exercise went for you. It has become one of my favorite exercises. I do it really regularly now, not just as part of the challenge, but on a regular basis. When I think about something I want, I just quickly run through, well, why do I want it? And then I keep diving down till I get to the core value, the core belief, which is what we're going to talk about today. What the heck are core values and why are they important? Core values are our fundamental beliefs. They're the things that drive us. They're our guiding principles. They help us determine and differentiate between what is right and what is wrong. Now, not what is right and what is wrong for the world, what is right and what is wrong for us. And there absolutely positively is a difference. Sure, a lot of the things that are right for us are also good for the world, and those are the things we want to cultivate in our lives. But there are things that are right for us that aren't right for other people, not even our people in our own family. I have to do certain things differently, and there's certain things that are right for me that aren't right for my kids or my sisters, but they are things that are absolutely positively right for me. I think of something like exercising every day. Now, should and would exercising every day be right for everybody? Probably, but it's absolutely essential for me. Given my health challenges in my life and my past, it's important that I get moving and keep moving every single day, or my joints freeze up and I can't move. And so for me, it's a core value. It's essential. Movement and energy and making sure I'm moving and doing something every day is from a physical standpoint critical for me. It's a core value for me because it helps me make decisions. It helps me determine what's right or wrong for me. It's me, making sure my life is moving in the direction I want it to move. So core values. On No Nonsense November, day 18, I did a pretty extensive discussion of core values. And I listed off a whole bunch that you could choose from. And I shared a process that you can use for determining what your core values are. And I'll briefly discuss that. But if you want more in-depth coverage of that, just go to the Facebook page, the Getting Up and Go Facebook page, which you're probably on viewing this, and put in core values in the little search bar in the left-hand column, put in core values, and it will come up. And it's the November 18th, No Nonsense November topic. And that's the video on it. There's probably other things about core values that'll pop up if you do a search. But if you want to find it more easily, Unit 7 of the Get Up and Go Challenge private group, day 18, November 18th. Big work, big write. I think it was probably 30 to 40 minutes on that one. So it definitely went in depth. So if you've never looked at or explored core values before, that would be just a great, starter idea. Or do like I do when I want to learn something new. I go and I Google it and I look at some of the resources. I look at the images and I follow what I'm attracted to, what gets my interest. And that's the right information for you. So core values. How can you figure out what they are if you don't know right off the top of your head? Most of us actually know what our values are and what's important to us, what we stand for, but we don't often think about it on a conscious level. And some of the things and some of the ways we behave are on autopilot from our subconscious, and they're not necessarily in alignment with what is really important to us. So often, for years and years and years, I believed that my family was my number one priority. Yet, when it came to choosing between work and my family, almost every time I would choose work, knowing that my family was there. So I wasn't living in alignment with my core values that my family and relationships are super duper and were, my top priority. I was living with finances and my career and my job being actually taking precedence over my family. So a lot of times we have conflicting values and beliefs, and we need to have a way of resolving those. So I like to do, like we did the other day, a hierarchy. What are my priorities in terms of the different areas and aspects of our life. Remember, we got the physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, financial, relationships, and contribution. I like to have that hierarchy in the back of my mind, so I know when it comes time to make a choice or a decision, I will tend these days more toward what is really in alignment with my core values than I did when I was younger. So our challenge today, and so how do you do that? How do you figure out what your core values are? Ask yourself what's important to you, what moves you, what do you stand for, who do you admire, what are some of their core values and beliefs? Ask other people. I guarantee people that love and care about you and you're surrounded by absolutely positively know what's important to you, or know what your core values are. You can look at your results. What kind of results are you getting? And that will show you how are you spending your time. How you spend your time and energy and resources is an indication of what's important to you. And ask yourself, all right, I'm spending all this time and money on this, but I don't care one whit about it. Maybe you're buying tons and tons of clothes to make a good impression. And really, you just want to wear a uniform to work. That's a personal example, because I fought wearing uniforms. And then when I got uniforms for my last corporate job, I was like, oh my God, why have I been pushing back on this? This made my life so much simpler and so much easier. I see why Steve Jobs always wore, since he's passed away, the same outfit. It makes life so much easier when you go in your closet, you got the same pants, the same shirt, the same whatever, shoes and underwear, and you just pick the same thing every day. It takes all kinds of pressure to make decisions off of you. All right, so what are we going to do today? Today, we are going to look at our core values. And what I recommend you do, and what I do for this, since we don't have a ton of time, is I just pick and I write, what is the most important thing to me or my core value about each of these areas and aspects of my life? So for example, I already shared physically, exercising every day, doing something to get moving every single day is the most important thing to me. And then there's all kinds of other things that could be in there. But if I think about what is my highest priority and the thing that gets me the biggest bang for my buck, I know through experiences that it's exercising every day. Mentally, I meditate every day for at least 15 minutes a day. I find, and sometimes I break it down into smaller chunks, but at least 15 minutes every day, I have quiet mental time to slow down my crazy brain and figure out what's important to me. And I do that for each one of the categories. I have what is my most important thing. Now, what are we going to share today? All we're going to share for our action item. Our action item is actually to just quickly write down what's the most important thing about each category for you. But don't share that. That's too much and it's too intimate and we don't want to know. We got our own things to worry about. And we're not going to give you feedback on yours because they are very personal to you. What we want to share is just one core value that you work your way down to and you find. Mine is always, my overriding core value and belief is always centered around love. It's all about love. It's all about giving love, receiving love, and giving value and sharing with other people. So giving value and giving is another one of my core values, but love, everything that I do boils down to, in some way, shape, or form, to love. Why? Because I want more love in my life, right? How do we get more love in our life? By giving more love. So today, core values. What are your core values? Again, remember there's resources to tap into if this is a new topic for you. Otherwise, I am looking forward to seeing your core values in the comments below. Have an amazing day. If you have any questions, ask. We'll do a Q&A session whenever it feels right for everybody. Otherwise, just go out, enjoy your day, think about your core values, and I will be with you tomorrow with another lesson in our Get Up and Go Challenge. Again, we're just laying the foundation so that we've got an open slate to install the new framework into. Have a great day.